How to stop losing time before you even start. Time is the most valuable resource, and most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they waste time before they ever take action. So let me show you in this video the time trap that almost everyone falls into and how to escape it. The first trap, the illusion of preparation. People say, I'll start when I have more time, I'll start when I'm ready, I'll start when I have a perfect plan. No, you won't. Be honest to yourself. If you have to prepare to start something, you'll never, ever start it. Like nine out of the time, nine out of 10 times that I prepare for something, I've never started, ever. Because the moment that you start waiting for the perfect condition, you're essentially already lost. Because there is no such a thing as a perfect condition. Your mind will always keep thinking of a better way. Just think of the time when you ask out your crush, for example. You think, oh, if I um, got stronger, oh, if I met her at a certain time, or if I talked to her a certain day, or if the conversation go about this way, now do it. No, you'll ne I I've always thought of that excuse, and I've never ever found one time where I actually did it after I prepare. Because your mind would just always keep running. It would just keep adding on things to do. Your mind would just say, "Oh, after I do this, after I read this, after I talk to this person, after I blah 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 blah, then I'll do it." And that preparation start to becomes procrastination, and your planning start becoming avoidance, and your thinking becomes an excuse. So this is why you should always take action first, no matter what. This is the same for acting. In acting, the most important key to develop a character is through action, not through the words, not through what they think. So this leads me straight to my second point. Action create clarity and not the other way around. So here's the philosophy, okay? You don't act because you understand. You understand because you act. So this is why a lot of beginners stay stuck. They try to think their way into progress. They try to think of a way to start instead of just do it. Okay? Just do it. Just do it. Because when you start acting, just taking action, they start to actually opening up to a different direction. Okay? And that stop you from being stuck because you're actually moving, you're actually doing something. Because when you think you're stuck, you're stagnant, and stagnation is the death of us all. We always to change and adapt, we always to be on the move. And even though if you might think, oh, I should just plan this out at the start before I start all of this, remember this: every bad action create more direction. If you go into a bad direction, you'll start to know which direction you don't want to go into. And by that, you start to learn the right direction to be going into. Okay, then it's that is 10 or 20 times better than planning to create the perfect momentum at the perfect time to start. Because if you start in that direction, it's a bad direction. You just waste all of that time planning. So this is an example of what it would look like in real life. So most people when they start a business, they tell themselves, "Oh, I'll market myself when I redo my website. I'll start outreach when I perfected my script, or I'll do cold call when I uh, have a better voice or something like that. I'll take on the client when my branding is better." By the time that you finish preparing, someone else already took your client. Remember that. By the time that you start finish preparing, someone else already taking your client, or probably take 10, 20 of a client. Because the people that don't wait are the one that wins. And in business, speed beat perfection every single time, and action always beat preparation. That is true for almost everything. As long as you can take action today, just whatever it is, just take the action. You'll move more progress than the people who stay still and think. Okay? So, when you remove this time trap, you'll start to gain the only real advantage that's left in business. And this is the most important indication of a successful CEO. It is the speed of execution. Okay? Because think about it. If you are a CEO, and what does CEO do? They made the decision. They create action for the company. They create direction for the company. They're the leader. So if you have CEOs who take 2 months to make one action, or to make one decision, compared to a CEO who take one day to make an action, and compare that to the CEO who take 1 minute to make a decision, the more important decisions that are made, the more the company will move. Okay? And when you have mastered the speed of execution, it create a environment where you and your company will grow in an unimaginable rate. Because while most other company will take a year or two to make one decision on changing their website, you can just go and do it. Or you can just go and give the command like right now. And things are about to change. Things are always about to change. And it might bring good result, or it might bring bad result. But just don't waste your time on thinking. Okay? So that's pretty much it on how to stop losing time before you start. This whole video is about speed of execution, and I hope has helped you to essentially make better decision and not wait on things, because I've done that. I'm still doing that. I don't think it's probably a skill that I'm gonna spend a lot of time to try to get better with, because I can always get better at making decisions. I can always be better at making action, taking action. So yeah, but think about that. And this is how you stop losing time before you even start. But other than that, if you are a business owner or a business broker, who want to target other businesses that want to sell, check out my course below. It's called the Auto Seller Generation course. This is where I show you how to create a system that gives you absolute speed on getting clients every single month automatically. But in that, later.